All right, so if you're a developer, you have definitely heard the buzz about agentic AI. Software that can actually reason, plan, and take action. But how do you really build that for an enterprise? Well, today, we're going to dive deep into Google's brand new answer to that exact question, a program they're calling Gear.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the big challenge everyone's facing with AI in the business world right now. Then, we'll introduce Google's Gear program and show you exactly what you get. After that, we're going to do a deep dive into this Get Certified opportunity, which is a huge part of it. And finally, we'll tie it all together and talk about what this means for your career.
So there's no doubt about it, we are fully in the era of agentic AI. And this is a massive shift, right? We're moving way beyond just writing prompts to creating software that can handle complex tasks all by itself. The potential is absolutely enormous, but there's a big problem that pretty much everyone is hitting.
And that brings us to this really important question. It feels like every company on the planet is playing with AI agents, building these cool demos and proofs of concept. But if we're honest, how many of those amazing ideas ever actually get used in a real business? The answer? Well, it might kind of shock you.
Yep, 25%. A recent report from Deloitte found that only about a quarter of AI pilots ever make it into production. Just think about that. For every 4 projects that get started, 3 of them just fizzle out. That is a staggering amount of wasted time, money, and talent.
And this is what the industry calls the pilot-to-production gap. It really is the #1 hurdle in enterprise AI. Because look, building a cool demo is one thing. It's fun, but building a tool that's secure, that can scale, and that's reliable enough for a company to bet its business on, that's a completely different universe of difficulty.
And that gap is precisely the problem that Google is setting out to solve with this new program. It's designed from the ground up to help developers bridge that exact gap.
So, let's meet Gear. It stands for Gemini Enterprise Agent Ready, and its mission is super straightforward. It's a completely free program to give developers the skills, the tools, and frankly, the confidence to take AI agents from just a cool idea to a fully deployed, enterprise-ready reality.
So what's the whole point? Well, it's about giving you a clear path to go from just experimenting to building real production-level systems. It's about leveling up from just being good at prompting to becoming a true AI engineer. And, maybe most importantly, it helps you turn all that hard work into real credentials that companies actually recognize.
Okay, that all sounds great, but what do you actually get when you join? Let's peel back the layers and look at the actual tools and resources inside the Gear program.
First up, this number is a total game changer, 35. Every single month, Gear members get 35 learning credits for Google Skills. Now, this is huge because it lets you experiment, run labs, and test out ideas in a real cloud environment without ever worrying about a bill. It completely removes that cost barrier to getting hands-on experience.
And you're not just tossed into the deep end. Gear has these structured learning paths that guide you step by step. You'll start with the fundamentals, really understanding what an agent is. Then you'll get your hands dirty building with the Agent Development Kit, the ADK. From there, it walks you all the way through deploying agents and finally scaling them up for an entire company.
Now, quick clarification here, because this is important. You've probably heard of Google's Arcade program. Arcade is awesome. It's fun, it's gamified, you do labs to earn points and get cool swag like t-shirts. Gear is different. Think of Gear as the serious, career-focused pathway. It's all about building professional skills and earning those big-ticket certifications to really move your career forward.
And speaking of certifications, that brings us to what might be the most valuable piece of the whole Gear program, the Get Certified track. This is where you formally prove you've got the skills.
So what is it? Get Certified is a special guided cohort program, and it's exclusively for Google Cloud customers. For up to 9 weeks, you get expert-led training and mentorship at no cost, all laser-focused on getting you prepared to pass an official Google Cloud certification exam.
So how do you get in? It's pretty direct. First, you've got to be a member of Gear. Simple enough. Second, you confirm your eligibility, which just means using a valid corporate email. Then, you pick which certification track you want to go for. And finally, you apply to lock in your spot. And a little heads up, the spots are first come, first served. So you'll want to move on it when applications open.
And these are some seriously valuable certs. We're talking about credentials that are recognized all over the industry. You can go for things like JAIL, which is for Generative AI Leadership, or the Associate Cloud Engineer, the ACE, which is a fantastic place to start. Or you can aim for the more advanced ones, like the Professional Cloud Architect or even the Professional Data Engineer.
The program itself has a really clear roadmap. The first 2 weeks are all about the fundamentals,
live training, virtual labs. Then you get into the main journey for the next several weeks, with self-paced labs and live exam reviews. Once you hit all your milestones, you get a voucher to go take the official, proctored exam. It's an intensive journey for sure, looking at about 9 hours of commitment per week.
Okay, we've gone through all the details, so let's bring it all back home. Why does a program like this actually matter for you and for your career?
Here's the value proposition in a nutshell. You are gaining some of the hottest, most in-demand skills in tech today for free. You're not just reading theory, you're getting real, hands-on experience. And you walk away with tangible credentials that can seriously accelerate your path to a promotion or open up brand new job opportunities. It's a pretty powerful combination.
And this quote from Google Cloud really just says it all, doesn't it? This shift to agentic AI is a massive opportunity, for sure. But opportunities require new skills. Gear is literally designed to be the bridge, providing the tools, the credits, and the guidance to help you become one of the people who builds what's next.
So, I guess the only question left is the one on your screen. The tools are here. The path is laid out. This is a chance to go from being a consumer of AI to being an engineer of its future. The question is, are you ready?